I'm tired. I've been up all night. I'm gonna say this quickly. I hate men who do the whole, oh my god, there's a male loneliness epidemic. It's so hard to get a man. You don't understand. I do, because on the other side, it's like, okay, you're on a dating app, but you don't want to date. You don't put in any effort. These niggas will click on random pronouns not knowing what the fuck they mean, and then turn around and say some transphobic shit when you ask them, hey, why does your account say Zer? They'll have profiles where they're just like fucking half naked in a gym, or no photos, or low angle photos where you see their double chin and up their nose. They'll take the most poorly lit selfies ever. They won't have any words in their profile aside from maybe, ooh, swipe and figure out, and then maybe their IG. They could have an opening move that they see, and that, like, basically they'll swipe on you. Maybe you'll somehow find a decent guy and you swipe on him. You both match. And then he'll see your opening move, and no matter how thoughtful, intriguing, or how great of an icebreaker it is, they will respond, hi, or do you want to meet me right now at 2 a.m.? I actually talked to my ex about this shit and how I was like, why are all these dudes on dating apps when they don't want a relationship? They don't even know what they want. And then when you ask them to plan a date, they can't even do that. Even when you recommend them like websites or like how to, like, no, they're like, oh, I don't know how to plan a date and I'm not gonna try. And then like it's like, why would you see, or they'll say some fucking out of pocket shit that goes against my profile. And the dude himself, my ex, he said, yeah, men don't read profiles, are you crazy? No, are you crazy? Because you're out here complaining that women don't like you and that it's so hard for you. You won't even read a dating profile if it meant you had a chance with a woman. Nothing but bad selfies and empty profile, and then endless, hey, how are you, WID, over and over and over, and then hoping you can text yourself into oblivion while never actually planning a date. Or like some guys, it could be like they seem decent, but then they're super misogynistic off the bat. I already made it in my last video. I talked about all the shit that my last guy did on his date with me, and I just thought, wow, this dude is so passive aggressive and patronizing and condescending and acts like he hates me. Jesus Christ, makes it hard to really see him as a person because he's not treating me as one. And then it's just like, how are you complaining that date? Because it's like men always say, hey, women, choose better men. And then now that we are, it's like, fuck you, bitch. How dare you? You're just a gold digging slut. How dare you choose them? Like, ooh, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, we're going for men who actually plan thoughtful dates, pay the bill, open doors, take good care of themselves, have hygiene, have hobbies, have manners, have respect for themselves and others, treat people with kindness, have basic compassion, and align goals in life. Yeah, we're choosing men like that because you said to choose better men, and now the ones who are not good are being left behind. And there's a whole lot of them who also do not. Funny enough, it's usually like the Venn diagram between people who say choose better men and the ones who aren't getting picked. It's a fucking circle. And so now the new strategy is, oh my god, bitch, go enjoy your 12 fucking cats and dying alone. That's so funny. Because it doesn't sound bad. If I had the chance to live the rest of my life with like 12 cute kitties and like just baking all the time for my neighbors and my friends and my platonic loved ones, and like having a found family, enjoying all the movies I want, all the interests and hobbies I want without having to sacrifice a modicum of my joy or my body or anything, to like, it's like, yeah, I hate to break it to you, but women have rights now and we are enjoying them. It's like, look at us. We don't have to give birth and then not realize all of the health risks. We don't have to risk a husband stitch or a C-section scar or a weaponized, incompetent, abusive husband. We don't have to risk that. We could just stay young and fly and cute for the rest of our lives and not reproduce. And we're okay with that. And then the men who aren't reproducing, like, they usually don't have compassion within themselves and other people. They don't really have any hobbies, any life goals. I remember this one guy. Actually, no, I've met several men like this. They'll be like, oh my god, it's so hard. Like, look, I have good money. I'm physically attractive. Like, but women aren't going for me. What am I doing wrong? But then if you actually talk to him, you'd be like, yeah, dude, you're extremely fucking racist. You're really not nice to people. You're actually very selfish. You're very tone deaf and ignorant, but you also put yourself in stupid situations. Like, if you don't like or understand gay or trans people, why do you go to gay bars? And then why are you getting shocked that you're getting hit on at gay bars? Why would you think, yeah, what the fuck? Like, yeah, my ex Liam, like, he's a sweet fella, but I mean, I've lost my temper on him multiple times. I remember I broke up with him because, simply put, I was just like, yeah, never mind, this is too fucking pathetic. I gave him plenty of chances to stay with me when we were in item. All he had to do was just fix his behavior. Like, not go 5 days without brushing his fucking teeth and having the nerve to still kiss me while his breath smelled like rancid fucking battery acid and smegma. And then just like some more dates. And like, that, and then just like, yeah, maybe standing up for me when his family was being shitty. Like, the bar was so low, it was in hell. It's like, yay, you get to have a model for a girlfriend with a high sex drive and an endless, just bottomless fucking throat that feels amazing. And she cares about you and loves you and makes you thoughtful, hand painted, handwritten cards and poetry. And she always told you how much she fucking loved you. All I asked was basic fucking hygiene, and that he would not be weaponized and incompetent, and that he would be, actually consistent with his romantic efforts. And also, I remember I've told him, crying plenty of times, listen, dude, I'm traveling all the way out to your city. All the way out to your city. Like, I really adored him. I would take the fucking bus for 2 whole hours and then walk for an extra 20 minutes. What up fucking hills just to go to that man's house? Like, literally, like the song, I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more just to be the girl that ends up falling at your fucking door. And I was. And then he couldn't even be the guy that goes, oh, hey, baby, I'm going to wake up before 4 p.m. so that we can actually do things. And then I just kind of snapped out of it one day, and I was like, I could spend my time better than this. My life could be better than this. Like, I don't have to be at this guy's house for several days a week as he's only awake during the hours that I'm not. And I'm around his shitty family that he doesn't stand up for me for, and I'm not eating at his place because everywhere's too far away and fucking expensive. And just, I was miserable. There wasn't shit I could do. And no matter how many times I told him, hey, can you wake up, like, not when the sun goes down, because that would stop us from going on dates. But like, yeah, it's like, if a bunch, like, if it gets, this was also around winter time, so if it's like, imagine it starts getting really fucking extremely cold and pitch black around 3 p.m. and your man doesn't have a car and you don't have a car, and it takes an extremely long time to get to the bus back home or to even reach the grocery store, and you can't walk around in that man's city because of a lot of fucking reasons. It's dangerous, cold, and the residents are not exactly friendly nor trustworthy. He couldn't get up at all, and then he just would conveniently wake up at 5 p.m. when everything's already fucking closed or way too fucking cold, and then just be like, oh, hey, baby, what's up? And just, I could go on and on about that, but I'm trying to keep this video a little more concise. But eventually, I just kind of snapped out of it and realized I can do a lot better than this. Like, I was like, really, I was having dudes with really high paying jobs and a lot more manners and a lot more hygiene asking me out at my fancy job. And instead of going for dudes who made tech money and had muscles and were bodybuilders, I was like, no, I'm gonna be nice and fucking committed to my sweet twink boyfriend who is a little shy and doesn't always know what's going on, but I know he cares for me. And then he showed me how little he cared for me. And then, I'm not gonna reveal the reason we broke up. It's actually a bit too disgusting, out of many reasons. But eventually, I was like, yeah, I can do better than this, and I broke up with him. And then he was all surprised Pikachu face about it, as if I hadn't been telling him for months what I wanted. And then, as you can imagine, this is what usually happens. Women have a lot more options than men, and men always forget. So he was treating me like an afterthought, and then next thing you know, I left, and then he realized, shit, the girl I used to have over all the time and play video games with and send memes to and watch movies with and show my music to and who I would cook with and go on dates with, she's fucking gone. And no one else wants me. And just fuck. And then meanwhile, I had dates with all these other people who were actually putting in consistent effort and not being fucking vile. So yeah, to this day, he's still single. And to this day, in some aspects, he has still not fixed certain things to the extent he should have. But yeah, mm-mm. I would be a lot more sympathetic towards the whole male loneliness epidemic if it actually was shown that men were putting in an effort. Like, and I am proud of those. If you've gotten this far, I am proud of those who actually did put in an effort. If you're someone who is actually like, you know what, I'm tired of being some fucking loser and not having any friends, any life. Like, you do have to start from the basics, that's what I do. Like, the reason I have such success in dating, not just because I'm a woman, even though that is also a factor, biological woman, I get it, but also if you are someone who has a nice life that you can already invite people into, you're going to be more fascinating. I remember my ex Jared, he saw my Bumble account like a while back, and he was like, Jesus Christ, like he saw this dude who was like some Netflix tech executive who traveled to all these different countries, listed a shit ton of hobbies, had amazing photos of everything he's ever done ever, and he was like, Jesus Christ, how's the dating pool gonna succeed for guys like me if there's guys like that out there? The answer, and I just kind of looked at him and said, well, I'm here in bed with you anyway, so I think you already have your answer. You're doing pretty damn well. So yeah, a big factor is confidence, believing in yourself. Jared and me got together just because he was like, you know what, I'm going for it, and he did, and we had a pretty interesting relationship for about 6 months. Some good, some terrifying, obviously. But if I had to give someone the basics, I'd say do some inner work. You have to go inside yourself and be like, okay, like, what insecurities do I have? What anxiety do I have? What could depress me about this? What's the worst that can happen and what's the best that could happen? Funny enough, me and him got together. He didn't have the highest self esteem, but he still told himself, fuck it, I think I have a chance. And I'm gonna try it. And he was nervous as fuck about potentially fucking it up. But guess what? He did well. We ended up having an amazing date at Mel's. We shared a milkshake. We shared food. We had a great fucking time. And he went home and cried because he was so happy that, like, for the first time in his fucking life, he actually met someone that was romantically interested in him. And he felt fucking happy. So you have to actually put yourself out there. Like, if you're a guy and you were like, you were gonna go, I'm gonna, like, you start off small. You go, I'm gonna talk to a woman. Just say, I like your hair, or nice dress, or cool outfit. And then some people will glare at you, some people will smile and be grateful. And then you can go from there. Then you ramp up the confidence, and it's like, okay, now I'm gonna try maybe asking for, like, seeing how long I can keep a conversation with a woman. Doesn't have to be romantic or platonic, like it could just be platonic. Then you go from there, like, okay, maybe I'll actually start seeing how good I can get at conversations now, and then maybe I'll actually even ask out some women. There's a dude actually who is considered not so socially attractive in his country. I think he's in Japan, but he's recorded himself going out in public and asking like 100 women for their phone numbers. Guess what? Like, fucking 70 said no. The final 30 gave him their number, and then maybe only 10 responded. But guess what? At the end of his efforts, he still has 6 dates lined up, and those dates can be anywhere between good or bad, but that's still fucking more than he would have ever made if he never took the risk. Don't have a self-fulfilling prophecy and tell yourself that you're gonna die alone, because you don't have to. No, just work on how you perceive women and work on figuring out what you really want. And also, like I said, have a life, have a hobby. Like, if your only hobby is just sitting around playing RuneScape all day, like, there's still a chance a girl out there is gonna absolutely adore you. There's probably some chick out there who only plays RuneScape too, who is looking for a coomer boyfriend to match her femcil energy. But at the same time, to put it simply, if you have more hobbies, you're going to attract more people. Like, if a guy only told me, yeah, all I do is play video games all day and I don't leave the house, that's not going to interest me as much as a dude who says, ooh, I play video games, I do pottery, I like to take walks and do hikes in beautiful sunny areas, I like to go to the beach, I'm learning how to cook food, like little things like that. You could start small. You don't even have to be perfect. Don't shit on yourself, too. I actually remember once I met this dude in Berkeley, and he did such a good job at shitting on himself and hyping up his brother, who was not present with us, by the way. That I actually, me and the girl I was with, we actually just straight up said, "Damn, now I want to meet his brother." Because like, the dude himself was cool. He was a pretty attractive dude, nice jawline, nice cheekbones, pretty damn, like, not bad looking, like, but like, just like great value Chad Michael Murray or something, or like the older brother in Malcolm in the Middle, like that sort of look. Not the worst looking guy. He smelled kind of weird or whatever, but it's like he definitely was still like a solid, in my book, like C plus or B minus if he cleaned himself up better. This guy, like, he had such a cool backstory. Like, if he really wanted to, he could have been confident as hell. Like, yeah, I've traveled around Europe. I've lived there for a bit. I have a band. I'm the lead singer in it and the lead guitarist. I'm also a culinary artist. He could have said all this cool shit about himself, but instead he was like, oh, yeah. I mean, I have a band, but we're not very good. We went to Europe, but like, only for a bit. I fucking hated it there, and I sucked, and I didn't make enough money, and it was just, yeah, I suck. Oh, yeah, and I'm kind of like a cook. I'm not even a chef. Like I'm not good enough to be a chef. And then he just would not, like he was like I just worked as a cook at some shitty restaurant and I was underpaid, and he just would not stop shitting on himself and finding any, even if we were throwing him a bone, me and the cute girl I was with, he would not stop just shitting and talking down on himself, which made us go, "Oh, this guy's a negative Nelly." And no, we can't fix this dude's issue for him, because no matter if we gave him a compliment, he would always turn it down. You can't, some people can't be fixed overnight, and we can't fix a guy in under 30 minutes of conversation or an hour. And then guess what? He kept bringing up his brother. He was like, "You should see my brother. Yeah, my brother has autism, and like he's super hyper intelligent, and he goes to all these fancy colleges. Like he's only like 21 years old, and he already has like a million degrees and is a professor, and this, that, and the other. And like, and he's a bodybuilder, and like he also is a professional chef too." And I just was like, me and the girl in our heads, we were like, okay, shit, that's impressive as fuck. Now mind you, the first guy, the guy who's talking, could have easily been just as impressive to us had he not shat on himself. But because of that, I had to actually contact him later, and I knew it was kind of assholey, but I just told him, I was like, "Dude, you're a perfectly cool guy. You aren't bad looking. You're perfectly nice. Never talk bad about yourself again, because you have all these cool experiences that you somehow, like, you're the only person I've met who managed to make being a touring lead singer in a band that traveled across Europe and had a great successful job, and being a culinary artist. Like, you're the only person I've met who would make something like that sound bad. Never do that again. Also, can we get your brother's information because he sounds cool? And yeah, don't be that fucking guy. Just be confident in yourself. Or even better, like, you can be confident without requiring validation from others. Truly, I've been going on dates, and these dudes don't care about my scripts, or don't care about, or hadn't cared about the stuff I have passions for. Some of them don't give a fuck, some of them do. Either way, it doesn't change the fact that I'm still proud of my works and I'm still trying. So I guess the main gist is that, like, a lot of women are comfortable dying alone or having a bunch of cats, because it's like, okay, a bunch of cute pets, and I get to have my own fashion and my own hobbies, and a fucking circle of friends and loved ones, platonically and familial, who care about me and put in effort to like show how much we mean to each other. Yeah, that's fucking fantastic. I would love that. But then I don't think men also have the resources to that sort of things. But the only thing stopping them is pride, ego, and fear. Like, if you really wanted to as a man, you could have a bunch of hobbies, some really great tight knit friends who you could open up emotionally to. You could have a whole like, if you like, think about it. You as a man, why are you scared of dying alone? Like, maybe you do want a family, that's cool, but you're gonna have to put in steps to be approachable and awesome and loving to women. Otherwise, like, it's not the 1950s anymore. You're not, or any time before that. You're not just entitled to a fucking wife. But if you want to put in the effort, it's not as scary as it sounds. You'll learn some things about yourself. You're going on a journey. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna be like, holy fucking shit. Like, hell, honestly, if you go on the journey without your goal even being a woman, you're gonna be a magnet to women. Because if you're just like, I'm motivated by like exercise and sunshine and politics and this, that, and the other, there's still someone out there who would go, wow, he's so cute and awesome, and I want to get to know him. There's a chance for you, homeboy, is what I'm saying. But please try. Please do the first steps of having a hobby, actually putting in the effort to work on your bio and work on yourself. Like, get a hairstyle that's flattering for you. Like, do some skincare treatments. Like, I remember this one guy, I was so repulsed by him. He was sexually harassing me at my job, technically, but even then, I just thought, wow, this guy has intense oily skin, cystic acne. He smells like tin cans of fucking expired bounce that ass. And he has the worst fashion I've ever seen. And also, no manners, no etiquette. Just terrible fucking person. And he's ridiculously horny. And he really thought that sexually harassing me at this job was going to be the smart thing to do. Don't be that guy. Be normal. Learn to talk to women about anything except for sex. Like, I had a friend, Cameron, who I got a crush on specifically because it's like, wow, I can talk to them about anything in this world, it seems, without hesitation. And we don't have to, like, he's not horny for me. He's respectful. We talk about our favorite movies and analyze them. We talk about our upbringings. It's cathartic. It's wonderful. And just, yeah, so just work on your life in general. And also, if you want, also remember to also get to know the women you're dating and truly see them inside and out, not just as objects, not just as fuck toys, not as bang maids, but as someone who will complement your life. This means you have to know what you want out of a woman and what you absolutely would not want, and also make sure it aligns with the vision you have, you know? And that you can also give her what she wants as well to a healthy extent. Figure out your boundaries, your standards. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Also, please do. I remember, you know, that friend I said who was like rich and fit but problematic. He would tell me about how since he never worked on his he never worked on his insecurities about himself or of surrounding women. So what he would do is he would like have sex with women he would deem sixes or fours or twos, and come to me and complain about how sex was bad with them. And I told him, hey, dude, you have really intense body dysmorphia and anxiety and shit and low self esteem. You're attractive and these girls aren't that bad looking, but if they truly are that bad looking to you, you should respect yourself enough to not entertain these women because it's just going to make you feel bad about yourself. You want quality, not quantity. Would you rather go, ooh, I've had sex with nothing but ugly women my entire life and don't deserve anything better, and these stupid mid bitches? Or would you rather go, oh, I've had sex, like it's taken me a while to find them, but any woman I've had sex with is an absolute treasure, a gem, a prize. You have to see yourself as that first in order to access those women, and you have to actually treat them like that and see them that way. You can't just be owed them. Anyway, yeah, he's in general, just work on your life. Work like you if you have high standards in all areas of your life, you're going to have a better quality life. If you have high quality hobbies, good quality friends that you actually trust, rely on, and don't feel afraid of, and more, then it won't matter if you die the fuck alone. Because frankly, you're never going to be as alone as you think. You're going to have friends who care about you. You're going to have high self-esteem even if you didn't have the friends around you. You're going to have hobbies that you love, and you're going to have respect for you and the other people around you, and you won't fully need a person's validation. But if you are with a person, they have to enhance your quality of life. I give the same advice to women as I do to men and non-binary people and everybody. You're capable of being loved. Don't talk yourself out of the game. But please, for love of fucking Christ, do not get on a dating app if you do not know what you want, because that reflects so poorly on you in every single way imaginable. Please figure yourself out first and what you want out of your life, and also read a goddamn dating profile, or else you can't complain that girls aren't responding to unthoughtful messages of hi or let's fuck now. Yeah, peace out.